Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are at day 30 of 100 days of cloud by Cloud. In the day 30 task, we are going to create a NAT instance, which means we are using an EC2 instance as a NAT gateway for the private EC2 instance. So let's start the task. In this task, we are going to create a EC2 instance and which is we are converting that EC2 instance to a NAT instance. By using that NAT instance, we will provide internet access to a private EC2 instance that was deployed on the virtual private cloud. And here is the task. There is some resources that are already created, and a VPC named Xfusion Private VPC and the Xfusion Private subnet was created. And in that VPC, an EC2 instance with the name of Xfusion Private EC2 was also created. And EC2 instance was and an EC2 instance is configured within a cron job that uploads a test file to the S3 bucket, and this is the bucket name Xfusion NAT 515032 every minute. So what our task is to create a new subnet with the name of Xfusion public subnet in the existing VPC, and then we need to launch a NAT instance in the public subnet that we have created, and the AMI should be AMI Linux 2 and the AMI should be Amazon Linux 2 and with the name of Xfusion NAT instance. And also we have to configure the instance settings according to the NAT, and after completing this process we have to verify the internet access to the private EC2 instance. There is a file will be uploaded by the cron job to the S3 bucket. So if the text file was created on the S3 bucket, then the task will be completed. So try to log in using the console URL VPC and copy the subnet that we are to create, and that was Xfusion public subnet, and click on subnets, click on create subnet, select the VPC that we have to create within the VPC, and that was Xfusion private VPC, and also provide the subnet name, and the CIDR block will be 10 dot. Just check the CIDR block that was created before subnets. The private subnet that was created with 10.1.0/24. Click on create subnet, select it and paste the CIDR block and change it to 2. And again copy the name of subnet, paste it, choose the availability zone and click on create subnet. Actually this is also a private subnet, but we have to change the subnet settings to auto assign IP. So when enabling the auto assign IP, it becomes the truly public subnet. So now it was enabled the auto assign IP. After that, check the resource map of the VPC whether it is accessible through the internet or not. Select the VPC, click on resource map, both subnets and route tables are created, but there is no internet gateway to this VPC. So we have to attach the internet gateway to the public subnet. Click on route table. Before that, we have to create the internet gateway. Click on internet gateways, create internet gateway. Give the name of the internet gateway. Click on create internet gateway. Now attach to the VPC, select the VPC, that was private VPC, attach internet gateway. After that, choose the route table that was attached to the public subnet. Click on edit routes anywhere from the world and select internet gateway. Choose the Xfusion IG internet gateway. Now the route table also attached successfully. Again we can check the resource map. Click on refresh. Select the VPC. And here the public subnet and the route table was attached to the internet gateway. Now we can able to get the internet access from the internet. Also we have to associate the subnet to the route table, and this is the route table that we have to attach the subnet, and that was public subnet that were created. Save as sessions. Now this was also done, and the VPC part was done for now. Now we need to launch the NAT instance. Before going to launch the NAT instance, I will show you the S3 bucket that was already created. But in that S3 bucket, there will be no files available for now. After we are configuring the NAT instance, there will be a, a xfusion test.exe file will be available. And this is the bucket. Open the bucket and see there are no files are here. So now we are going to launch the NAT instance. EC2, launch instance. Copy the name of the instance that we have to launch. Give the name and make sure we are not choosing the Amazon Linux. We actually have to choose the Amazon Linux 2. That was the AMI we have to choose. So click on browse more AMIs. Search for Amazon 2, Amazon Linux. And this is the instance we have to choose Amazon Linux 2 AMI, and that was HVM. Select and click on subscribe on instance launch. Now this instance will be selected, and leave the instance type as T3 micro and choose the key pair. Proceed without key pair and click on network edit settings. Choose the VPC, that was private VPC, and also change the subnet to public subnet. And we can see here the auto assign public IP will be enabled, and create the security group. that was, and we have to allow the traffic from private IP. So choose all traffic and custom add the shader block of private IP, and this was the shader block of private subnet. Choose the instance type first, T3 micro. Click on launch instance. Now the instance was successfully launched. Click on the instance details. And for this instance, we have to disable the source destination or the destination source. So go to network and so simply click on net actions, networking, change source or slash destination check. So click on stop and save. Now this will be disabled. After this, try to connect to the EC2 instance. Now we have to configure the NAT instance. Before going to connect, search for create NAT using IP tables, and open the website that was Linux NAT for 4 steps using IP tables. The instance was ready. Copy this step, or we can simply copy this, paste it, click that, simply change the command to sudo sysctl -w dot ipv4 dot ip underscore forward equal to on. Now it was forwarded successfully. Again copy this. Now we're adding the eth0 sudo paste. Now it was added. Now we have to save this configuration. Sudo install IP table services. And we can see here saving firewall rules to the /etc config IP tables, and that was okay. Now the NAT instance configuration done. Now we have to edit the private subnet route table. Anywhere from the world, and choose the instance and select the instance that was exposed in NAT instance. Click on save changes. Select S3. Now if you check the bucket, and there is a file with the exfusion-tax.exe. This means we, we are successfully allowed the internet connection to the private instance. So let's check the task and see we are successfully complete this task. If you really like my explanation, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching this video.